Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Rowena May Inspired. My name is Kelly, and here's our pals, Mr. Wilby, Miss Pickles, and little baby Wilby Pickles. If you're seeing that red live button up at the top, that means you're catching us live, and I hope you are today, friends, because we are crafting with the Mischievous Crafty Friends group, and we are doing buttons, and more buttons. So come on in, friends. Say hello when you pop on, so I know who's there. Ooh. Get my computer up here so I can see some comments when our friends pop on. Miss Janice is just finishing up over on her page. Their cute little button bouquet, flower bouquet. I love those. Those are so pretty. Blue and white is so pretty. Where did I go? Where did I go? Well, maybe I'm not here yet. Maybe I'm not here. Whoops, maybe I'm not here. Let's see. Try again. Excuse me. Getting all choked up already. There I am. Oh my goodness. Whew. Getting all choked up. I don't have any comments in front of me. I gotta wait for my computer to pop up here. There we go. Hello, Miss Missy and Miss Diana, Miss Kathy and Miss Shauna. Oh, are you feeling the button pressure? No. I did get all the buttons out so y'all can see. Hello, Miss Krista, Miss Bernice. Oh, of course my nose starts to run as soon as we go live. All the smack talking Miss Janice was doing over there talking about buttons. Miss Shauna, I don't think it was my idea, but I was like, I will definitely be in the button event. All right, you guys, we're going to move our pals over here to the side. I did grab out all my buttons so you guys could just get a visual of my button stash. Hello, Miss Teddy Bear. So I think this is all of them, but I know I have a couple tins. I'm not sure what I did with the tins. But I'm not sure if I emptied them either, because when we clean down here. Okay, do you see it back here? Do you see it? Can you see all of it? Yes, Miss Teddy Bear, buttons. You know about the buttons. Oh yeah, I gotta light the positivity candle. So we were talking about buttons. Miss Janice was talking about she'd never heard of buying buttons by the pound. Well, years ago when I used to, we shop in Shipshewana, there was a store down in Shipshewana that had a bowl that looked like this. This is how I came up with like just putting buttons in a bowl like this, because they had a bowl like this with a scoop, and you bought them by the scoop, and they were so expensive. So guys, we're talking about you cannot find buttons at estate sales. This was an entire bag from an estate sale. Like, I must just have the luck. So I have some of these sorted in here, but this is pretty much just all buttons. And there's some vintage buttons. There's some, probably not vintage buttons. I don't know. But then I have this big jar, this big honking jar. I like just looking at them in the jar. So y'all call me hoarder. I just like looking at them in the jars. I think they're so pretty. I don't even want to take them out of the jars. Mother had this jar. Look at this velvet crunchy peanut butter. It says $6. I don't know if my mom or my dad, whoever found this, but Mother had this up on she had this up in her upstairs where our old kids' bedrooms were at. And I'm like, I'm going to need that jar of buttons. And she's like, okay. Well, so if she ever needs buttons, she can come get buttons, because she just, like I said, I like looking at these, just to sit with my collection of buttons. So that's that. So then I came upon some stuff like this at sales. Like they just sell them like, ball jar. I mean, that's a cool jar in itself. And I've got one more big blue jar that it doesn't even have a lid on it. And it's, full of these. And then all of these right through here are the ones that I've had separated in the colors, because I like that look. I bought this little black and white from Miss Chastida from I can't remember what her page is called. And then I just came upon a little white jar. So I just find these, you guys. I don't know. I just do. But that's most of them. That's most of my collection. I do have some pink and white ones out here, what we're going to use today. Hello, Miss Karen. She's gloating. I just wanted you to see it all in its glory. Hello, Miss Karen and Miss... who was it? Miss Stacy and Miss Carla and Miss Regina. Okay, let's light the positivity candle. So this gave me an opportunity to, because I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Because I have all these buttons and, oh, I even have like a little tiny little jar here from, you can get these at Dollar Tree. I tried to tell Miss Misty, you can get these, haven't caught, you know, I guess they call it a, well, Miss Bonnie, they like to call me the hoarder. Now, I've seen Miss Marilyn, Miss Marilyn says she's the hoarder. So Miss Marilyn, I'm going to give you you win, because I want you to be the button hoarder queen, because then they'll get off my back about being the button hoarder queen. You guys, now go over to Miss Marilyn is up. You're going to go over and give her a hard time, because apparently she's the queen of the buttons, every size and color. Hello, you're so jealous of your buttons. Isn't that awesome? But most of those buttons have come from estate sales, yard sales. I found a few on, you know, like a lot on Marketplace way back. I don't know, back probably 4 or 5 years ago. So I never pass up a button. That's the thing, right? My grandma Rowene was a seamstress, so she had buttons. So a lot of that reminds me so much of my grandma. I just love them. I love them, and I love crafting with them. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. You ready? You ready? I bought this lamp. This is a lamp from an estate sale that I bought, and I've been wanting to do something with this lamp. So the base of it is a little cracked right there. I'm not sure if I'm just going to leave this like this color. I'm actually probably gonna cut the cord off it, because I do not need this to be plugged in. And it's kind of like a little bit out of shape. I'll show you what I'm gonna do with it, okay? So I probably will just cut the cord off it and just have the base. So what I did ahead of time, because obviously this is gonna take me longer than the hour, is this was the color of the shade. It's like a, I don't know, like a beige color. But I'm taking material and I'm going to paint the rest of that. I'm going to paint the rest of that spot there. And while I was watching, you know, to Crafter on Lives, you would need to cover everything. That's too funny. You can't be a button hoarder, at least you use them. That's true, Miss Barb. I do use them. But I'm putting this material on here, and we're going to put some buttons on here. I just was playing around with a couple of pink buttons, but I think this material is super cute. I had to do some of this ahead of time because I had to cut the little panels, and it was a lot of work. You finally found some old vintage fabrics. Kelly has the coolest of those too. Oh, I find some good, you guys, we just have good estate sales around here. I don't know. We just have some good ones, because yesterday my daughter-in-law and I went to one, and we did good. We did really good. I'll just tell you what I got. Let me get a paintbrush. Oh wait, I've got one over here. Let me see if it's still a little damp. I tried to keep it damp. All right, we're just gonna take some Waverly plaster, okay? Yeah, isn't that a cute little lamp? All right, so I'm just gonna go in here and finish painting. Like I said, I did most of this ahead of time, because I mean, I got a lot of button application to do here, but because that's the most of it, right? We want to do the buttons, but I wanted to paint over that kind of ugly little brown, because we wanted to, like, you use those shades often. Nice. Yeah, I picked this up at a sale once, because I've been like wanting to do, like, I want to just get a regular lamp, you know, like, well, maybe one a little bit bigger than this, and do a lampshade that has like all like really colorful buttons on it, like, you know, just random colors. But what I'm going to do with this one, this lamp's actually going to go to work with me. You know, I spend a lot of time at work now. That's why I'm not crafting as much, because I spend so much time at work. Our little visitor, our little Winnie, the little puppy from Espen and Egger's litter, went home yesterday. So we're back to our regularly scheduled events and activities around here. All dogs are behaving themselves now that the puppy's gone. So anyway, so just gonna paint this last section here, because I didn't want it to be so dark, and I decided to put some material over it. You could use a napkin, a Mod Podge napkin on the little panels. You could have just painted it. I debated just painting and putting buttons all over it, but then I decided to do this. Hello, Miss Michelle. Your thrift store has dozens for $2 of the shades. Is that what you're talking about? That's awesome. I was actually looking, Miss Janice was talking about buttons, and I went on to Etsy real quick to see what, because I know I've seen where they sell buttons by the pound, like on Etsy and stuff. And shoot, there was a seller on there who had, oh, what are they called? They look like the shell, like, I don't know, what's the term? They look like they're, and they were selling them, but depending on the size, they were like 58 cents to $1 or something per button. I was like, good Lord. Hello, Miss Michelle. All right, we got that covered. I was like, oh, I mean, is this like super rare? Because if it's a super rare button that I need to pull out and look for those kind of buttons in my, I'm at a gold mine here. You're selling one button for like $1. What the heck? Oh, shoot. I mean, I know that's what Hobby Lobby does, but... oh, goodness. Whoa. I think I just ran this right out of juice. Hold on. I pulled it out of the socket. And here's like... Didn't pay the electric bill. Hold, please. Hold, please. Oh, goodness. I must have a gold mine here. See, I told my son that. He thinks this is all... I told him, I said, I will haunt you. I will literally haunt you if you just take all my treasures down here and just throw them in the garbage. Ugh. Don't you dare. I should just set up a pre-estate sale with my... with Melissa, who does them here in the area. Pre-estate sale planning. How's it? Abalone buttons? Is that what it is, Miss Helen? Maybe that's what they were. It didn't say that term, but it may be what they are. But I was like, that was kind of crazy. Because I was like, what are they? They just had them like laying out. And I'm like, how are they selling those? And you have to click on the size. And I was like, goodness. All right. So we just got that little last section there painted. Now I cut out, they have button auctions, but they are for collector ones. Oh, and they're expensive. Oh, I'll bet. All right, so I have one last little panel here that we're gonna put in here. I cut that out. I took a piece of cardboard and just made a little template, and I just had to adjust it. These are not all the same size. Hello, Miss Linda from Pensacola. So glad to get you live. Watch all your replays. Well, thank you so much. I'm so happy you're here. Got some fabric Mod Podge here. And so we're gonna take our little Easter spatula. It says Happy Easter. Happy Easter. And we're gonna put some of this Mod Podge right here in that panel, okay? Where we're gonna put that panel. So we're gonna just put a nice little coat on here. So how's everybody's Sunday going so far? Our mischievous, crafty friends, which, you know what? They're the most mischievous, trash-talking, crafty friends I've ever had in my life. I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness. It's a group. They are a hoot. And that's why they're called mischievous. And our leader, Miss Krista, the Queen Bee, and Miss Janice, they're just as mischievous. Don't let them fool you. Miss Krista might not craft live, but she's full of it. She's full of it. And she should be making I think, don't you need to be doing a button craft? Oh, I think she's going to say we didn't send her buttons, so she can't do a craft or something. Something along those lines. So far, you're still in your PJs. Nice. It's awesome. All right, let me set this on here and get it straight. Get it straight as I can. Oh, I cut that one pretty good. I guess I did cut that. Let me pull it down a little bit here. Pull it down just a smidge high. I mean, I'm not sad about being in my pajamas. I got up and did my laundry, and that's still in the process. Laundry day is Sunday, so. All right, let's see. I think I got that pretty good in there. Hello, Miss Lori. Thank you for sprinkling, Miss Darlia. Okay. There that is. Let me wipe off this. Whoa, don't dump the buttons. Let me wipe off this spatula here. Put that over to the side. All right, and then we're gonna just take our dryer to it, because when I use the friction pen to draw out, it'll leave the lines or the marks from the pen. We want to get that. First of all, I want to get this dried. Second of all, we want to get rid of this. What color buttons are you using? Miss Tanya, not purple. I did sort some purple ones. We're going to use white buttons today and some pink ones. All right, you guys, this cool pen that we have, the friction pen, is you just put the heat to that, it disappears. All that ink disappears. It's awesome. You guys have been telling me about that pen for a long time, and finally I bought them, and I love them, especially when I'm cutting out the quilts with the shapes and everything. Awesome. Okay, let me see if I got that down there good. It's a little bit long right there. I'm going to trim that just a little bit. A little bit. Are you using pink buttons? I am going to use some pink buttons. I am using pink. I know pink's not your favorite, but pink is what's on this the shade, so we're using pink. But only on the shade part, in the middle of the panels, and only here and there. White's going to be the main button for this craft. White. Okay, let me dry that. Get it all dried up. So it's already, you can't craft, you have Jenny's dog sleeping on your lap. Oh, good Lord. Okay, so we turned it already into a cute little lamp. Isn't that cute? All right, let me get that piece of string off there. Now, I am going to, first of all, cover the Mod Podge. I'm not going to seal the rest of these, like over the top of that. It's fine. It's fine. We don't need to seal over the top of it. I'm going to take this trim right here, and I'm going to go along the edge of the lamp. So it's got this really pretty, finished. There's Mother. Hello, Mother. Where you been? Some of the ones from Dollar Tree are cool buttons, but all that I can get here are the dark mix, no color ones yet. Oh, Miss Dawn. And do you look up by the register? Because that's where I always seem. I'll be in the checkout line, getting ready to check out. And I look down and I'll see buttons, and I was like, oh, so. And they look like that right there. Well, they did. I haven't bought any in a long time, but that's what they look like. I just threw away 2 little jars that I had hidden back behind those buttons that were on the shelf over there. So I was like, oh, I got it. And I merged them in with some other ones. So, Mother, it's button craft day. Whoa. It's button craft day. I'm going to drag that out there. I got a lot of hot glue. A lot of hot glue come out of there. Okay. Let me get my little... Mother, they're all saying hi to you. Mother went to Wisconsin. I think you just went overnight, didn't you, Mom? Or did you drive over and come back same day? I don't even know. She went to my niece. My niece was in a play. She was the Wicked Witch. She looked so cute. My niece Josie, the one that crafted with me this past summer, and then just recently, she's the cutest and sweetest girl. I don't know how she got the Wicked Witch. Finn and I are having a birthday. Oh, that's right. Yeah, my nephew Finnegan, his birthday is Wednesday. How old is he going to be? 11? 12? I don't even know. I lost track. He's old. Anyway, they're eating lunch at Culver's, and I think they're going to see a movie. I think they're going to see what? King of Kings? Is that what that movie is? All right, you guys, look how pretty that trim on there is. Super cute. Super cute. All right. Keep going around here. Yep, Nug's birthday's on, we call him Nugget, or Nug. Nug's birthday's Wednesday. My birthday's Thursday. Mother, you're older. Yes, I went Friday, came back last night. Yeah, so she went over. Yeah. Oh, it's just too funny that Josie was the Wicked Witch. She should have really been like Glinda. She's just too kind. She's more like the Glinda of all. Oh, he'll be 11. I felt like he was. That should be 11. Yep. No. So yesterday's estate sale. Let's see. Well, first of all, this house was like a hobby farm, and I showed my mom and my sister. I said, "Look at this estate sale." And Katie said that, my sister Katie said that her husband wants to have a small farm. They want, you know, they just want to move out of the city and have a small farm so bad. You know, like chickens and I don't know what else. Rabbits, I don't know. Goats, maybe just chickens. Because they already buy chickens and raise them and then butcher them. But so I said, check out this estate sale, and it had like, I don't know, 7 or 8 acres, and it would look like a really nice house. And so my daughter-in-law and I went to the sale. So we pulled up, and the sign that they had out front of the part where, you know, like the farming part said, it said pasture, spelling the word pasture, and it said pasture time. We thought it was so funny, so we took a picture and sent it to him. So then we come out of the estate sale, and there's my brother-in-law coming to look at the house. They decided that the house wasn't for them. For one, I think the house is too small compared to the house they already have. Like, but as far as like, having some land, it was way overpriced in my opinion. All right, so there's that bottom. Way overpriced, but land is very expensive right now. I don't know if it is where you guys live, but here in Michigan, it's way expensive. So expensive. All right, so we're going to do a little bit more on the top of this as well, and then we'll have our little lamp all trimmed out, top and bottom. Okay, so we're going to start right here again, because that's where the little seam or where it comes together is at. This house was cool, though, because when I looked at it, I was like, oh, look, there's a mother-in-law section, or behind the garage. They had a mother-in-law, I don't know, suite. It was kind of like it kind of reminded you of like an efficiency apartment, because it really had like a big room that was kind of like the living room, which I guess you'd put your bed in there somewhere, because then it went to like the kitchen, and they had like where was the bathroom? Must have been the bathroom was back, because we couldn't go to one part of it, and the bathroom must have been back a little bit further with the laundry room. I bet you that's what it was, because I was like, I don't even remember seeing a bathroom now I think about it. But it had a deck off the back of it. It was really cool. I was like, well, look, Mother could come right out here, and she doesn't drink coffee, but she could come out here and just sit in the morning, read her Bible, do her daily devotions or whatever, you know, just sit right out here and be all nice and quiet for her. I don't know. Hello, Miss Vivian from Arkansas. They could build onto the house if they like the land. Yeah, well, the price of the house and the land was ridiculous. Ridiculous. No. I think they have such a nice house, but they just don't want to, I mean, my brother-in-law just doesn't want to live. I don't know about my sister. I think she's torn. She loves her house, but I think they really would like to live in the country, just to have a little bit more freedom and do their little chickens. I think she would love a Highland cow. She could get a little Highland cow. I know they're expensive, but they're so stinking cute. She could do the Highland cow's hair. I love when I see videos of people are doing the Highland cow's hair. And they're so cute. They're just sitting there all relaxed. Some people put pajamas on their Highland cows. Like, Miss Misty, you need a Highland cow. She needs a Highland cow out there on that there. Crafty farmers. Farm life. All right. We're all the way around here. Let me trim that. Okay. I only have that little bit left. That's great. Well, thank you. I'm about as skinny as I'm going to be. That's about as skinny as I can be. I like food too much. I've already looked at the scale and I'm like, oh, I need to cut back a little bit. Okay, cute. Stinking cute. Now, where the buttons come in here, we're going to take, if you look at the flowers on the shade, you see how those, let's get it back, the little pink little circles. Hello, Miss Wanda. You love the little farm that we have. Oh, you have a little farm too. Wait, what? You said you think Misty definitely. She does. She needs a little Highland cow. Okay, so you can see in some of these, I took some buttons already. And where the pink is, I just glued them on just randomly here and there. Yes, I do, but I need to hit the lottery first. I know they are expensive, but they're so stinking cute. I think a guy I work with, his brother is going, I think my husband said his brother's gonna like get Highland cows to breed them. I'm like, oh, Yeah, they are expensive, but they're so stinking cute. Just one. Can you just get one? Just one? How stinking cute would that be? All right, you guys. We're just going to put some little pink buttons on here. Now, I just dumped out the pink jar. Some of them are way too dark. We're not going with the dark ones. We're going with more of the lighter colored ones because I like this. And I'm just randomly putting some on here. I don't even know how many I'm going to put in on these. Just maybe a couple here, a couple there. I don't know. Doesn't need to be, I don't need to cover every single flower. But down through the middle right here, we're going to put white ones. We're just going to put white ones. Like I said, this is going to go to work with me. I need to make this workplace more homey if I got to be there all the time. It's got to be more homey. No, when we get done, you'll see why. I think it's going to be really super cute. Super cute. Hello, Miss Julie. How are you, friend? All right. Well, let's put another one right down there. Let's see. Let's see. It is cold down here in the dungeon today. I'm going to call it a dungeon when I'm freezing. My feet are freezing. I have socks on and slippers, and my feet are cold. Cold. All right. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? My daughter, or my stepdaughter and her boyfriend might come over, and my husband got his boat out and they want to clean it. But I don't know if it's nice enough, if it's warm enough or what. But we were going to have dinner, but I don't know what to cook. I don't know what to cook. My husband wanted pork chops again. Mother came over last Sunday. We had pork chops. He's like, we gotta have pork chops. He just loves those stinking pork chops. Could you imagine how spoiled it would be, especially with Willow teaching it? But I know, it'd be so cute. It would be so cute. It'd be so cute. Yeah, and it's like, doesn't Willow just own the place and just wander randomly here back and forth to the neighbors? Fish and chips sounds good. Oh my gosh, that sounds good. That sounds good. What did we have last night? I think I had a bagel. That's real healthy. But we went to Sam's Club and I got some bagels, and I have been on this kick for whatever reason. I love everything but the bagels, you know, the sprinkling when you sprinkle on top. It's way too early to be thinking about supper. It's not. It's already 1:30 here. It's not. You got to start thinking about that, especially when you got people coming over. You got to think about it. Let me put another one. Let's see. Let's put one right here. What was I saying? I don't even know. I lost track of my thought process. There's 3. Okay, let's move on to this next one. This one already has a couple there. Already has a couple there, but we're going to put, I mean, I could put as many, who knows, if I get going here. You're waiting for warm weather to open up outside workshop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I wish it would warm up here. It is cool. So yesterday at the estate sale, let's see, what did we get? Oh, I got 2 sleds, you guys. I got 2 little sleds. I can't wait to redo those and sell those at Christmas time. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. They were so, I can't believe they were still there. Nobody wanted them. Well, I got them. And then I got my daughter-in-law this little table. It's kind of like a little desk. It's so cute. And then I got 2 little, I don't know, little tiny tables. They're tall, but you could put like plants on them or whatever. And then I'm going to, like repaint them. Those were cute. What else did I get? Picture frames, more picture frames. I got some greenery. We left once. Well, I mean, we didn't leave. We got to the car. Then we realized we forgot about the table for her. Because we were looking at it and they were like, well, let's think about it. And then, so we went back, and then I ended up finding some greenery. Like, they put some greenery out, and I was like, wait, where'd this come from? So I grabbed that. It was only $1 a piece, and they were like a little wreaths, and I already have some greenery like that. And I was like, that's perfect. It's only $1. So I ended up spending like $4 more. You got 2 what? at the estate sale. Tables, 2 sleds. 2 little sleds. They're so cute. You know, the little vintage sled that I have out on my front porch during winter. I have got 2 of those yesterday. They're so stinking cute. But they're smaller ones, and they're adorable. Oh my gosh, I just love them. Whoops. Glue gun down. Glue gun down. Okay. So there's like 4 in there. There's like 3 there. I gotta add like another one. Wait, there's 3 in there. 3, 4. Oh, we gotta hit that panel right there. Then we'll move on to our white buttons. Hold on, I threw my glue gun on the floor. We hit the jackpot of crafting surfaces and frames today at the Curb. Oh, at the Curb Alert, free of charge. Curb Alert, I love it. I love it. Free of charge is amazing. Those are the best meals ever. All right, gotta put in a little bit more here. Yep, 2 sleds. That house had a lot of things, a lot of good things. A lot was already sold. They had a lot of like kids stuff, really cool. Like they had like one of those little kitchens, like Fisher Price kitchen. Now this is a different color pink, but it's a flower shaped button. But I don't know if I love it. We'll save that for another time. Got some glue strands going on here. I mean, this is a really cool pink one. Looks like it's shaped like a flower, but it's like dark pink, and I'm really trying to keep with light pink on this. Light pink. My boss would like this because she likes light pink, or she likes pink. Maybe I'll end up in her office. All right, there's one there. Let's grab another one here. Our little Winnie went home yesterday. Oh my gosh. She was so sweet. She was so excited. And I honestly think, Blake and I honestly think, because we were sitting in the living room waiting for her parents because they said they'd be there in just a few minutes. So we were sitting out because we had our dogs put away in their crates. And she perked up and she knew that was them. It was so funny, like just coming down like the street, and we're like, oh my gosh, she knows that's them. And Becky, the mom, she said she does recognize the sound of my husband's truck. And I'm like, yeah, Edna does that with Blake's truck too. So it was just funny because she perked up and she's like, "Rrr," she growled, and oh my gosh, she was so excited. She was so excited. And they got out of their truck and they're wearing shorts. I mean, it wasn't that warm for sure. But they traveled. They left Tennessee yesterday morning to travel back here. And they had shorts on and they were burnt. Oh my goodness, they were burnt. We went to several garage sales Friday and Saturday and got a couple of things. We got grips and tools and knives. Got Debbie a couple of things. Awesome. Awesome. All right, you guys. I will probably end up adding some more pink buttons here and there because it's just super cute. But let's move on to our white ones. Okay, hold on. Let me put these pink ones in this bowl. Put the pink ones in the bowl for now. And then we're gonna get this bag of white ones here. Now, at one point, when Miss Janice was talking about getting buttons out and doing the crafts, I thought, well, get the buttons out with your grandkids and hey, say, here, kiddos, start sorting. That's what came to my mind. Certain colors, because I tried that. I tried that one night to just sit and sort buttons by color. And I realized that I have a bajillion white and black buttons. Like a bajillion. You just can't. I got overwhelmed. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I had to stop. I'm like, nope, can't do it. I did as many as I could. That's why some of these are in bags like this, because that's as far as, I got. I mean, the whites, this could be considered a white button. It probably looks yellow to you, but it's really like an off-white. But then there's that color white, and then there's like more of a translucent white. So you look at them and you're like, all I see is white buttons. It's crazy. And the black. You don't realize how much you were disappointed though. You wanted Christmas vintage Halloween. Did they have stuff advertised, or you were hoping to find that? I know that if I look at an estate sale ad And there's, you know, like good stuff. More than likely that good stuff's not going to be there when I get there. Because I don't go till the last day when it's 50% off because I'm too cheap. I'm too cheap. These sleds were not pictured. When your grandma was going through Alzheimer's, my mom had her sort buttons to keep her calm. Oh my goodness, that's a great idea. Okay, see what we're doing? We're going to go down those middle, whatever, with these white buttons. That's what I'm going to do with some of these white buttons, you guys. We're going to use them that way. Now, maybe I should use like a white one like that every once in a while. Not just the clearish ones or the whatever those are called. Hello, Miss Nora. How are you, sweet friend? We're just going to throw a white one down there. Oops. Yeah, there's that. Oops, can you see it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's find some more. Let's find some more. Like, there's not just a huge plate here with like, you know, that's another thing on Etsy. It was showing 100 buttons. 100 buttons isn't very much. It wasn't too expensive. It was like $5 for 100 buttons or something like that. Now, I think that's a lot. But you got to also remember $5 plus whatever the shipping on Etsy, you know, and so, and I don't know, these little jars, I bet you there's a good 75 buttons in here. Now, those big ones right there are magnets that I just threw in there. So, I mean, but I have been using those. Like, those are the ones I usually give away with when somebody orders something from me, because I like to give away colored buttons, not just black and white buttons. I like the colored ones, because I think those would be more exciting than just, oh, she sent me black and white buttons. I don't know, maybe somebody wants black and white buttons. Maybe somebody does, but that was my thought there. So I know this isn't, it's like totally exciting just watching me glue buttons, but you know, this is the button day event. What else can we do besides glue the buttons on, right? I think that's gonna look cute, going all the way down. Stinking cute. Mother, you weren't on. I showed the you can see it right there, the velvety peanut butter jar of buttons that you had that I said I needed, and you said okay. I need that. Well, to be honest, they were just sitting upstairs on the shelf. They were just sitting there, you know, like nobody was admiring them. You have several packages of Kelly's buttons. I know. I always send out the buttons. Don't forget. Throw the buttons in. Over time, you could make lots of things with those buttons. All right, let me see about if I can get one more right at the bottom. Yeah, we could do that. Well, thank you, Miss Teddy Bear. I was watching the Dateline episode from last night. You guys know I love my Dateline. Anybody watch it? Mother, did you watch it? Well, she probably didn't. She probably was traveling home, so she didn't watch it. Well, anyway, I won't give it away, but it was a kind of a, I guess he was kind of famous. He was a hairdresser in California. He is Canadian, moved to California, was a hairdresser, and he ends up murdered. And I was just like, sad story. Sad story. You know, and I think the saddest thing was that his daughter found him. He was murdered at their home. It was just sad. You're watching it tonight? Yeah, it was just sad. It's like crazy. All right, next one, you guys. I know this isn't thrilling. I think this is going to be stinking cute when I get it put together. I do need to decide, though, if I'm going to keep that brown base for it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I keep it brown? I'll hold it up here in just a second. I'll put another stick in there. Oh, yeah, 2020. Did 2020 show that one too? I hate when they do that. I hate when 2020 and Dateline have the same stories. Yeah, it was. His name was Fabio. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I just went a little bit longer. That time I'm going to throw a bunch of them on here at the same time. At the same time, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, it was sad. Super sad. We watched, Blake and I watched a series on Netflix called I can't remember what it was called, Gone Girls. And it was, what was it called? The Gingo murder? I can't remember. I can't remember what it was, but there was a serial killer. Oh yeah, Miss Teddy Bear, yeah. Yeah, and oh my gosh, Matlock was so good this week. Did you guys watch Matlock? Season finale is next week. Matlock. Oh, Kathy Bates. She gets herself into some sticky situations. Hello, Miss Alita. How are you, friend? Kathy Bates. This week was crazy. And what else did I watch? Okay, where are my 90 Day Fiance watching friends? I know I've got some watchers on here because I've been watching the Tell All. Because on 90 Day Fiance, after the season's over, they do the Tell All. Oops, those two might be the same button. Paint it pink. Paint what pink? Oh, the base. I don't know if I want it pink. You miss Matlock? We'll have to watch it. Whoops, I got glue dried up. Hello, Miss Wanda. How are you, friend? So 90 Day Fiance, they have the tell-alls on now. So, they came on with the tell-all. So, like they finish the season and then, people go back home, whatever. And then when the seasons, when the episodes all air and they come back, then they bring everybody back to New York or wherever, and they do the tell-all. Well, Jasmine is pregnant, like uber pregnant. Uber pregnant. Not by Gino. All right, there's line 2. Not by Gino. Gino's her husband. Because at the end of the season, they agreed to an open marriage. Whatever. I don't get it. I do not understand. Gino's got some issue. I don't know what it is. I do not understand what his issue is, but Jasmine is a nut. She's an absolute nut. She's from Panama. She's an absolute nut. She's crazy. But she's beautiful, and he fell in love with her and spent all this time trying to get her over here, gets her over here, and then just kind of the thrill is over now. Oh, celery would be pretty, wouldn't it? The thrill of the hunt or something. I don't know what happened, but now that she's here, he just so he did agree to the open marriage. Well, I think they did have a little agreement in there that they would, if the open marriage was gonna, if the shenanigans were gonna happen, that they needed to, use protection, so that didn't happen. But apparently, her and her boy toy there didn't obey the rules because she's pregnant. So I don't know what's going to happen. They do 3. Well, I think there's usually just 2 or 3 tell-alls, and the third one will be on tomorrow night. So I'll have to. They do not need to be together. That's right. They do not need. But I don't know what's keeping them together. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't get it. It's she says, I love you, Gino. He's a weirdo. He's weird. They only live about an hour and a half from here. I'm going to drive over there and be like, what's the deal, Gino? Yeah, she's crazy. I don't understand. I don't either. Don't understand it. She's crazy, but it's why don't you just get a divorce then? He never did pay the money to get her kids over here. I mean, wouldn't that be the bigger priority than an open marriage? But I don't know. Some people. Whatever. Yep. They're just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Oh, did she have it? Did she have it, Miss Wanda? Oh, snap. I didn't realize that. She was that close. I haven't. Usually what I'll do is when I see stuff, I'll go on the internet to see, you know, where they're at now. Now I'm back on the bandwagon of watching Teen Mom. Because I watched Teen Mom for years. And now that those original Teen Moms have their kids that are like almost driving, so they're about the age they were when they got pregnant and became this Teen Mom thing, you know. All right, there's the third one, you guys. And now I'm sucked into. That is so pretty. I love that. I'm sucked into watching. Okay, what do we have? Oh gosh, we have 3 more. Oh Lord, have mercy. He does have a problem, and it's certainly nothing to look at, and he doesn't. I know. Shelly, I know. I don't get it. But what happened? Why did that happen after they got over here? Because you know that wasn't the case when he was flying over to Panama all those times to be with her. You know that was not the case. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So weird. Because if that was the case, she wouldn't have signed up for that. I just know her. Well, thank you, Miss Jim. Thank you so much. You guys, up next after me is Miss Bernice with BB Crafts. BB Crafts. And remember, everybody's got to throw out some buttons today. Everybody's got to throw the buttons out. Miss Misty, are you in this event today? Are you crafting? I didn't look at the... I know Miss Jim is. And Miss Karen. And I'm trying to remember all the names that... Oh, Miss Sandy. Miss Sandy's going to have to bust out a button. She's going to paint a button, I bet you. She's our little painter lady. Years ago, I binge watched the first group of Teen Mom. Oh, hello, Miss Teresa. Yeah, this is kind of a mix of... This isn't all the OG Teen Moms. This is like a mix of like Teen Mom 1, Teen Mom 2. I don't like that one. But... I just like to see where they're at now. See what's happening. See their kids. Oh my gosh, some of their kids are just... You know how teenagers are just kind of awkward? You're like, oh, they were such cute little kids. Now they're really awkward. Now Farrah, crazy old Farrah, she's not part of it. She's crazy. However, I did run across Farrah on Facebook, Instagram, one of them. And... she's like teaching Sophia, her spoiled, entitled, bratty daughter, just as bratty as she is, to drive. Now, Sophia appears to be quite goth. Like, her hair is like black, and purple, and she's got piercings all over her face. You just came in and thought you had your hand stuck in... I do. I have my hand stuck in a lampshade. Isn't it cute? But I'm like, oh, that girl, if she doesn't look like she's a handful. I mean, she looks like she could be such a pretty girl, and she's just all, like, she looks like a fishing lure. She looks like a fishing lure. Oh my goodness. All right. She's got fishing lures all over her face. I don't know. Crazy. Farrah was a spoiled brat. Her daughter ate. Oh, I know. Farrah. And you know what about Macy? Bentley was just learning he was taking his driver's test. And I did not realize, because I haven't been paying attention, that Ryan, or as Macy said, Ryan, because of their accent, that's how I hear it, Ryan, he's been in rehabs again, in halfway houses. I'm like, Jen and Larry, those Ryan's parents, can never say that he was a good dad, because he is just a mess. He was a mess from day one. And Macy and Taylor have their other, 3 kids. Is it 3 or 2? 2? Maybe they just have 2. They have a boy and a girl, don't they? They've done an excellent job raising him, but nothing. Ryan's just worthless. And then there's Amber. Gary Gary and Amber. Amber's still troubled. Gary did a good job raising Leah. And Amber still doesn't have, I don't think she has much, that she has James, her other little boy, that she is dating a new guy named Gary, though. That's what I thought was funny. His name's Gary, too. It's like, oh, Lord. She'll come on, this new Teen Mom. She probably needs some money or something. So she'll come on and she'll tell stories. But really, it's just about going to therapy and in this new relationship that will probably not last very long. But yeah, I've watched her since the days of when she beat Gary up and ended up in jail. She was a troubled one. She is a troubled one. Ryan's parents took care of Bentley when he visited. Yeah, always. Always. And, you know, like, couldn't even... There was another... do you guys remember Chelsea? She's not involved in this. I don't even know if she's part of Teen Mom anymore. She's got her own little businesses going. But Chelsea, when she had her daughter Aubrey, Aubrey's dad was a loser. He would get into car accidents and, you know, wreck his car and everything. And so Aubrey could only go and visit and stay with his parents. Couldn't really stay. Hello, Miss Shannon. How are you, friend? Couldn't stay with her dad. Like, it would have to be, like, supervised. It was supposed to be, like, if she was there, if Aubrey was at her grandparents', it was like he could come there. He wouldn't even show up. Such a loser. You don't care for Amber Drama Queen. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. She's just always been trouble. She's always been trouble. Okay, guys, we got one more row. We got one more row. You guys still hanging in there? One more row. Still got 10 minutes. All right, here we go. So, yeah, I've just been, since I watch so many other things when I do watch TV that I really wasn't thinking, oh, MTV, I watch a lot of stuff on Peacock and stuff, like the Law and Orders and FBI's and things, they're all on demand. Yeah, I can't remember that loser's name. But on this new, well, it's not new because it was probably on last year. Now, the Teen Mom I'm watching, and Janelle's back on there. Talk about a train wreck. She's now separated from David. Now, she could be divorced from him, but he has been an abusive jerk since he stepped foot in the scene. You know, she picks some real winners. She always has. And now she's trying to either move to Florida or move to Vegas. But she wants to start her own pot business, which, I mean, she's been smoking pot since she got pregnant. Do you guys remember if you watched it back then when her mom used to say, you and Kifa out smoking, she would say, hi, and Barbara, her mom, would say, hi, you're all high, and they still use that clip, and I laughed so hard because that was just like the best clip of Barb. Yeah. Hi, and then Amber, or Janelle, all she wanted to do, she was willing to go to jail. This was years and years ago, but she was willing to go to jail. She had like like she couldn't leave the state, right? But she was gonna go to a Kesha concert. She had feathers put in her hair for a Kesha concert, and she was gonna go to the Kesha concert because she loved Kesha. And I'm just laughing. I'm thinking, I hope you're a better mother to your children, because she has 2 other kids now. She has 3 children with 3 different baby daddies. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. But I guess the Teen Mom whole, you know, empire or whatever you want to call it, I guess they've probably stopped with, I mean, I don't see them bringing more, you know, like they had Teen Mom 2. I think they actually had Teen Mom 3, but I'm not sure that it really, I don't remember really who was in it, or if some of those that are in it now are part of 3. I thought it was just 2, but maybe no, maybe they are 3. I think there are some from 3 that, but they never really went any further. So maybe they said that's enough. We've done enough, right? We've done enough. Okay, guys, 2 more. 2 more. We've done enough. We've got enough teen moms in their drama. They moved on to just following through with what they're doing now, I guess. Following back up. And some of them do have a good, you know, businesses that they've done. Does her mama have them too? Who? Janelle? No. Janelle's mom only ever had Jace. The other 2 were with David. David's a controlling, creepy creep. He would never allow that. All right, you guys, check out our lampshade. Whoops. Get the hangly danglies off it. Hold on. I might add a couple more pinks in there. Originally, I thought maybe I would add some like yellows, but no, I just wanted to make those kind of look like flower, you know, like little flowers on there. Okay. Thought that was cute. Okay, so I don't know. Don't anybody lose their minds when I clip this off here, okay? Nobody lose their mind when I clip this off here, because that wasn't the intent. The intent was not to use this as a plug-in. Well, hello, Miss Sharon. Oh, yeah, Janelle. Yeah, no, all right. The cord has been cut, like a lot of mothers with their children need to do. Cut the cord. Did I say that out loud? All right, here's our base for our lamps. Like I said, it does have like a, I don't know if it's got a crack in it. It's not broken, but it has a crack. So there's the base, right? And then this is what, I keep knocking that stinking thing over. Okay, so this goes on like so, right? Like so. Stinking cute little lamp. Now, what do I do with it? Let me work my magic here. Nobody look. Let me work my magic. I bought these off Amazon. And you screw it in to your where your light bulb goes, right? You screw it in there. It looks like this. See it? Now what it is called a rechargeable light bulb, okay? So here's the bulb, okay? And this is it magnets to it. So that just sits in there like that, right? Look at that stinking cute light. Now, the reason why I wanted to take this to work, how stinking cute that is. It has a timer with a minute, 60 minutes, or 120 minutes, or maybe a minute you could add to it, but there's a timer on it. So I'd probably set the timer by doing that. But here's an on-off, so it's off and on. And then it also has, oh yeah, it has different, okay, see there's that one, or that one. So like, let's say 6,000K, 4,500K, and 2,700K. So that's more of like a yellowish, but you can brighten it, see it? I think there's 3 settings on each one. So you can brighten it or dim it. Isn't that cool? Okay, now I've stared at it, I can't see. Now that I stared at it, I can't see. But isn't that a stinking cute? So, I don't really need, like, I thought if I took this to work, because I have a table it's behind, like, where I sit and work, there's a table, like, where we eat lunch, and I thought this would be really cute to just put back there, and I could leave it on, like, during the day, and we keep our lights off, our overhead lights off, because we just like it, you know, like natural light from the windows. And you said something earlier about doing lamps with those lights and no cord. Didn't know you were doing that. Oh, I didn't see you say that. Yep. So yeah, I don't need the cord for it because it's not gonna be plugged in. So then you have the, this one came with a set of 2. I've had these. It says it will be, you can do it for 4 hours, and then it's got a little recharger. So I'll take the charger to work because I have a little, you know, a USB at work that I use for, I have a fan that has one of these. I have my phone, you know, all the things. But isn't that a cute idea? So you could you know, look at a estate sale or garage sale or whatever, and you can just, and then you don't have to worry about a regular light bulb or having to plug it in. Because at work, we can't really plug things in because we only have outlets, because we have like fake walls, and they have the outlets in those, and those are like for the computers and, you know, stuff like that. We do have like an extension cord, but you can't be plugging in a bunch of things into that stuff. So, but isn't it, yeah, it's a cute nightlight idea, isn't it? It'd be cute. Maybe I'll have to, maybe if I have a granddaughter, maybe she'll end up with this in her room. I don't know. Right now, it's going to go to work with me. You guys, we got just a couple minutes left. Thank you so much for being, I feel like I'm like, thank you so much for being here today. Make sure that you're in the Mischievous Crafty Friends group. And if you're not, we do events one Sunday a month, and they're always themed events. So everybody today is going to be using buttons. So make sure you go check out Miss Bernice, because she's up next. And I still might add a few more little pink ones in here. I don't know about this base though. You guys like the brown base as it is? I don't know what to do. You're so cute. You fell asleep in the chair. Gotta watch the replay. Miss Peggy, it was so cute. You're like, you're like, just checking my eyelids for holes. That's what my grandpa would say. I like the little the little trim we put on the edge, because I think it makes it look a little fancier, a little fancy lamp. But you guys, I probably paid a couple bucks for this. Maybe, yeah, $2 to $4 for this lamp at an estate sale. And you can just make it something really cute. And you don't even have to have it plugged in. It's like, that's so cool. So you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. Make sure you go check out Miss Bernice. If you're in the Mischievous Crafty Friends group, you just refresh your screen and Miss Bernice will be up next. I can't wait to see what everyone else does. And don't forget the last look of my button collection. Is there green in the fabric? Maybe moss for the base. Yeah, there is green. But can you see up? If I can get up close. There's the green, the flowers, where I put the pink ones. There is some green. I could, maybe celery, maybe moss. I don't know. We'll try something. I might have to do some like little dauber on it, because I don't know how I'm going to paint it. I might paint it. It might be just cute just to be painted. I do like the moss idea. Okay, you guys, it is 2 o'clock. I gotta go. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.